Hello, Daisy Cakes. This is Daisy X Machina, the drag queen detective who investigates all things speculative in science fiction, fantasy, and horror. And this is a Get Ready With Me where I get into drag to film a video later today. And we have Lynette here. Yay. And the question, as always, is how is everyone's reading going this week? And I need to fix something with my. Why is this not on? Maybe it is on. Okay. I finished Cabinet Curiosities and I loved it. And then I went back and I'm reading more Hugo novels, and I will be filming later today the another Hugo review. And of course, I released this week that sweet little old lady, also known as Brain Twister, which is a novella. By the way, they didn't start separating novellas and novelettes from novels until somewhere in the mid 60s, I think 67 or 68. So we get a lot of novellas mixed in with novels, which is fine by me because they're quick reads. And this was no different. You can get it free on Project Gutenberg or LibriVox. I did listen to the LibriVox version. And the thing that I'm not really crazy about is they sometimes they have different people for different chapters. So it's just not like one continuous voice. And I searched for it on YouTube and they do have one in one voice, but I was like listening to it and I'm pretty sure it's a AI voice. So up to you. Um, it's a fun read. The sweet little lady. It's not for everyone. I know, Lynette. You said you're probably going to pass on it, but we have more Hugo Awards coming up, so that's exciting. Lori is here. DK is once again with Hot Wheels auctions, and he's finishing that up. Lynette finished 3 books: Kidnapped, Operation Terror by Murray Leinster. Oh, 7 out of 10, a little dated. Wild Robot, 7 out of 10. Oh, I read Wild Robot. Yeah, that's the thing. It is a bit on the younger side. I actually really like the movie, maybe a little bit more, because, it's the same story, but a little bit more visual. And yeah, Murray Leinster, never heard of him until I started doing uh, this Hugo series, and I still haven't read him because I didn't pick him. But yeah, just so many authors, so little time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do an all red look. The reason being, I have a red dress I want to wear. I decided to go monochromatic. And I think I'm going to try once again to do the spotlight look. Oh dear. Lori is in a big slump, very little reading. We've all been there, maybe try an audiobook or watch a movie based on a book. Sometimes that'll get you interested in the book. Okay. I want to do a red spotlight. I want it to be a dark red. When I did that, I think a purple spotlight yeah, I think it was purple. It looked a little light. I want it like dark. So I think I'm going to go in with a red cream. Okay, who knows how this is going to look, but we'll give it a try. Have you heard of Keith Laumer, another sci-fi reader I haven't read for decades? You mean writer? I have heard of Keith Laumer. I just can't. Let me look him up. I just can't connect him with anything. Um, Keith Laumer, born 1925, died 1993. Golden Age, he's done a lot of short stories. Of course, if you're in the Golden Age, you do short stories. Bolo Annals of the Dinochrome Brigade. Okay, I don't. I recognize the name. I don't recognize any of these works. Wow, quite a big series of James Retief, the Galactic Diplomat. Imperium. Worlds of the Imperium. Time Traveler. Wow, he's done. Oh, he did novelizations of the Avengers, the TV series. I love that in the 60s. So I hope he was doing the Miss Peel or Emma Peel. Wow, he's very, very prolific. I wouldn't be surprised if I may have read something by him at some point, but that's a problem with getting old. It's also the problem. It's not really a problem, but I kind of wish that I did keep track of what I read, like in my early years. But there was no good reads around, and I didn't even cross my mind. Okay, so I'm trying nonfiction about poetry writing. Slim book. I hope to appreciate poetry more after reading it. Not into audiobooks very much. Yeah, I have a hard time with audiobooks myself. I prefer the like radio plays that have like special effects and um, background music and multiple actors. But watch episode 3 and 4 of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It gets better each episode. I really do like that. And I love Egg. I still have an issue with him being so tiny that I can't imagine him doing any of his squire duties, but yeah. Mooney is here. Hey Mooney, thank you for coming. And okay, so we're doing red. I'm going to start with the cream, because I want to get this dark. So I'm going to do like a stripe on each side. Right here, right here. I don't know how far up to bring it. Okay. Go like way up here. La-di-da. And it is kind of making me want to read the Duncan Egg novellas. But it's like, woo. It looked okay. Well, trust the process, as they say. It's just I have so much stuff on my plate right now. It's hard to. The thing about the spotlight look is it really emphasizes how uneven my eyebrows are. Okay. It's so annoying to ask a shift in time when I can, a thing you okay me or the issue. Not sure where you're asking. So annoying to ask. Oh, a little stress due to work. Going to ask for a shift in time. It's not uncommon to ask for different shifts. The most that they can do is say no. I don't know the employment laws or culture where you are. The show is following the first Duncan Egg novella very closely. That's interesting because it's a lot of times when they do that, the story isn't all that great. Um, it's the pacing in novels is different than for TV, but I know Martin is involved in the Duncan Egg production, and I know he's a script writer too. He's did like a lot of television work in his career. Okay, I'm going to go over with the eyeshadow now. There's no problem with this being dark. Oh, maybe I went too dark. I don't know. Look, it's okay. I joined here to do some stuff to make me feel less shit. Hey, that's the reason why to come. Relax a little with folding clothes for laundry. Yeah, laundry is never fun. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to put some white in the center and hopefully it will uh, blend out. Yeah, George R. R. Martin certainly done a nice job in creating or in world building. I have, I don't know if you ever look at my shorts, my YouTube shorts, or I do it on TikTok too. But I was using this as a transition. One day I'll get this spotlight look right. Okay. I guess if you have like a lot of laundry, it could be meditative to fold it. So on the outside, do hmm, I'm gonna go with pink. It's gonna say a light red, which is pink. Just looking at for Keith Blummer audiobooks, most of them are digital. Yeah. You already through past week, more or less. Well, if it comes out of the dryer right away, if you fold it right away, you don't have to like iron it or anything. That's what I kind of like. Okay. Um, okay, I'm going to go with black to try to deepen on the edges. What is this iron of which you speak, Daisy? Yeah. Dennis doesn't iron, but a couple of shirts I have or outfits I have I like to iron, so I had to. So I got one just for myself. That makes it pop a bit. think this is okay. Just bound and determined to make one of these spotlight looks work. I am too stingy to pay for running a dryer, and I use my arthritis as a good excuse not to iron. There we go. I am totally iron free. Focusing on natural fibers instead of plastics like polyester. The iron is coming out a little more often. Not much laundry done in literature. Finish up my laundry more to relax. Okay, what am I doing? I think I should do eyeliner. Okay. Added two Keith Laumer books to my wish list. I'm going to have to recall some more lesser known Golden Age authors I might read. One such book a month. I'm reading like 3 a month. Is that right? At least a couple a month. I'm into the 1960s now, so still a lot of Golden Age authors, but it's getting mixed with some of the more newer writers that started in the 60s. Yeah, there just wasn't that much science fiction novels being published in the Golden Age. It was almost all short stories. Golden Age is, I think, from 37 to 53. But in the 50s, publishers started realizing there was a market for science fiction. So the authors were saying, well, we have this whole backlog. Let's stitch them together for fix-up novels. And you see that now, but it was really common in the 50s and 60s. At the time the 70s roll around, they really moved from short stories to novels. So that'll be interesting once I get to the 70s. Because then you get novels written for the novel form. I've just finished 16 books so far this year, so I'm doing better than average. Yeah, I was looking because I track on Goodreads. I was looking too, and I'm ahead of my schedule. I think I put myself down for 50 books for the year, which I regularly beat. I probably should put it up, but okay. I have some really chunky litter. Wonder. I don't even know if you can see this. I think you can. And this is white. Okay, so now we got chunky glitter. I think that's enough. Do I use glitter glue? No, this glitter that I'm using isn't really for the eyes, it's for the body. It's I think there's like aloe vera or something mixed in with it to kind of make it stick. But I do have glitter glue. I hate using glitter glue because it sort of melts what's ever under it and it's messy. And if I can avoid it, I will. The really fine glitter or powders, I can stick with concealer. So that's what I prefer. Okay. Now it is just very itchy, but that's a good sign. What are we talking about? Oh, you injured your toe. Oh, ow. Okay. Well, let me. What's the. I think once I put lashes on, it will be fine. I'm just going to move on to lips. You know, I never really realized the Olympics had started. Is it just me, or is it just in America that this just doesn't seem to be covered as much as it usually is? Granted, we have so many other things going on here in the United States that where it seems to be a little bit frivolous. But you know, people are into sports like we're into books, so I get why you would want to be watching the Olympics or on Sunday the Super Bowl. I may go ahead and watch the Super Bowl because football is one of the few sports I can tolerate. Plus, I want to see the brouhaha with Bad Bunny antagonizing the MAGA Republicans. I mean, what a stupid thing to have a controversy about, but Do I want to? I think I'm going to leave it like this. Okay. I had no idea it started, and I don't care, which is probably why I had no idea. Yeah, I've never been big into the Olympics, but I do like seeing like the figure skating, uh, the dancing type things. I was amazed about the Australian boy who swam for 4 hours to save his family. Oh, I think I heard about that. He was only 13. Yeah, I did make. Uh, yeah, I saw like a little article about it. Yay, Bad Bunny! You go, Bad Bunny. Such a funny name, Bad Bunny. Okay, so lips. Where's the little brush I do? I'm always looking for things, and then they end up being like right in front of my face. So I'm not seeing it. Oh, it's in front of my face. Okay. I didn't even know who Bad Bunny was before the controversy. Yeah, I have no idea what type of music he has. If it's pop or rap or hip hop. I mean, with that name, it's probably rap, right? Okay. Now I'm arguing with people that he is an American because he is from Puerto Rico. Oh, God. Personally, I think Puerto Rico should be the 51st state, but it's up to should be up to them, of course. But there's something that annoys me about um, about us having territories. But it's very like colonialism. It's like either make them a state, either bring them in or not. Okay. There's been talk about making the Northern Territory a state in Australia. I mean, I don't know about Australian political history, but no taxation without representation was sort of the premise that the United States started with. So why do we have these territories that don't have representation in Congress? But anyway, okay, I'm going to use this topper, my favorite little toppers. Hey, DK's back. The auction is almost over. It took longer. Did you get it? Did you get your Hot Wheels? I think most Aboriginals want to stay under federal jurisdiction. Yeah, we want to know. Did you win that auction? Love these toppers. Thing about them, I know it looks wet, but when they do dry down, so you don't have to worry about it getting on your teeth or anything. $345. Wow. 4 cars. Wow. It's been years since I've taken part in an online auction. I think I have for costume jewelry, but it's not in that. It's like in the tens of dollars, not hundreds of dollars. Okay, so I'm gonna put on new eyelashes. These big, got these big fluffy eyelashes I want to try. I know people that collect comic books. I'm sure it's the same way with Hot Wheels, but that is actually very lucrative um, in terms of investing for appreciation. It's like beats comic books can beat the stock market. in terms of appreciation of value. Where did I put my? Okay, there's another case where I'm missing my lash glue, which is probably in front of my face. Front of my face. I've been out of collecting for a bit, but fell down the rabbit hole again. I have comics too, but don't currently collect. Yeah, I have two things of comics somewhere that I hate to admit it, but a lot of them are Neil Gaiman's Sandman, and I have a feeling those are not appreciating in value like they might have at one point. I did hear in the news that Gaiman is still vociferously denying the allegations. It may have been more likely to be sympathetic to his denials if it wasn't multiple people. That's just me. Okay. I had to clean out my friend's hoarded house after her death. I decided I needed to get rid of things so my son doesn't have to do it. I plan to read 150 books this year. Yay. Swedish death cleaning. Had a full run with multiples for entire Sandman. My ex took him. Oh, that sort of sucks. Also have quite a few old Hellblazers from the 80s, 90s. I don't know if they're how popular that is. I have some Dark Horse. I have some X-Men. Okay, so these are the eyes done. We're in the home stretch here. Turning off the phone. Australian author Craig Silvey is the newest author in a scandal down here. I don't know who that is, but it sucks. I kind of like the old days when I didn't know anything about authors. But in this age of social media, it is what it is. Let's see about that. Hellblazer. Oh, did I say Hellraiser? Hellblazer has Sandman appearances. Yeah, there was a crossover. They came out like almost the same time. I mean, they started because I remember getting them mid 80s. Okay, so getting here to the end. Oh, I did this fast. That's weird. Oh my gosh. He's in jail because he won't give the police access to his phone, so no bail. Wow, that is pretty serious. If you're in jail. Although I don't understand about the access to the phone thing. Because I know here you can get a warrant to get into the phones, and the phone carriers have to release the records. Yeah, I've had these earrings. I've never used them before. They're Star Wars earrings. Let me turn this off. Let's put this down. And the wig I grabbed is good old Peggy Bundy. And you may know which one I'm talking about. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I always forget I have, even though I've been doing it for a while now, these face tapes. Lori, I think you asked me once if you really feel them. You really don't. Like in a few minutes, I'll forget I have a face tape on. Let me zoom out. My gloves go. I had to go from. They're in my lap. Nothing like making yourself look guilty. Sandman is still a great fantasy series. I like Sandman better than the 5 or 6 of his books that I read. Interesting. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, I hope after maybe in 100 years or whatever that people will look upon Sandman as a classic, because I think it is. And it would have been a modern classic if not for whatever is going on with Neil Gaiman, which is a shame. Okay, guys, this is it for me. This is my final look. I think the spotlight looks okay. I'm still not great at doing the spotlight look. I need to watch tutorials or something. Today I will be filming a video on a Hugo book. And this week I will be releasing, what are we up to? 1961. Choosing a Hugo for my TBR. Nice look. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Lynette. And I should be back next week. I don't see why not. And I hope to see you then. Thank you, everyone, for joining me as usual. And may all the books you read be blessed.